What's up, everybody? Welcome back to an episode of the Pit Life BBQ Podcast. Coming to you live from the Uncle Steve Shake Studios in Center Bonstead, New Hampshire. It's the podcast where we talk everything barbecue and a lot of other topics that normally talk around Pitt. Oh, what's up, everybody? Happy Labor Day, Bat. What's up, Dutch? Tom, what's happening? Kevin, what's going on? So, yeah, Labor Day, we'll get something going. And it's going to be interesting because I didn't even know a certain trip this gentleman made till I saw some posts. So we're gonna see here. So today's episode brought to you by obviously Uncle Steve Shake. Really, the fucker. The echo is on your end. God damn, you gotta be fucking kidding me. All right. Any better, boys? Don't start you. Oh no. Anything, Tom? It sucks.
No, nothing. Nothing.
Fucking kidding me.
No, now you're back.
Any better? I did turn the gain down, and every sudden. Wait a minute. This is fucking driving me. No, that's the headset. So fuck it. In the fuck cunt. All right, how's that?
Still echo.
This is fucking bullshit.
Oh, now it's fixed.
This is fucking bullshit.
No, hey, Mags, no, now it's good. It's good. Now it's good.
No, it really does suck.
No, it's good now.
No, it sucks on the audio end when I go to listen to it tomorrow. The fucking quality is fucking terrible.
But you're not echoing anymore.
Great. So anyway, today's episode brought to you by Uncle Steve's Shake. What can I say? Uncle Steve, amazing flavors, 16 amazing flavors, including the sauce with no name. Steve always uses the freshest of ingredients. Fuck you, Dutch. Steve uses the freshest ingredients on all the shakes. So everything's small batch. Nothing's hanging around, sitting on the shelves. So if you place the order, it is getting bottled that week. So Nothing sitting on the shelf, always fresh. Incredible customer service. Any questions, email, phone call. Steve's going to be answering. Anything working on your flavor profile, he'll work with you to get you dialed in on what you exactly need. So check him out at UncleSteveShake.com and also follow along on Facebook at Uncle Steve Shake Nation for all the latest and greatest in everything shake. And remember, Uncle Steve Shake some on everything. Also brought to you by Joe's Meat Market, the heart of Royce City, Texas. What can I say, folks? Gabriel and his crew do an incredible job, day in, day out. Freshest meats, custom cuts available. You need something special, he'll get it out. And yeah, freshest produce, brought in fresh every day. Get ready for the weekend or your latest comp. He's got you covered on that too. Well, seasoning, sauces, smoking wood products he's carrying now. All great stuff. And you're feeling a little hungry while you're in there? Stop by the counter. Gabriel's mom's there, taking care of business, cooking up some wonderful, fresh, traditional Mexican food. So stop by, get a bowl of menudo, some tacos, a little bit of everything. Sit down, talk with the boys, let the worries of the world off your shoulders, leave them outside the door. Just sit there and talk you or business with the boys. So check them out next time you're around Royce City, Texas, at Joe's Meat Market. Tell them Mags sent you. And remember, folks, Joe's Meat Market for the win. Oh, Brother Steven, Al, Wes, what's up? Man, that really screwed me up. I'm so mad right now. We had this thing dialed in the other night, and now it's whatever. This fucking sucks. Goddamn technology. Anyway, let's get back on track here. Ladies and gentlemen, we are going from Key West, Florida to Amesbury, Massachusetts. And who knows, God knows, he probably stopped somewhere in between that I just don't know about because he's a little behind on some posts. But without any further ado, what's up, C-Mac? Oh, you're hilarious. Thanks for joining
me. This is maybe the smoothest start of a show that I've ever been on, Mags. So
no, it sucks because I had it dialed in. Now I can't return the son of a bitch.
And here's the worst thing: we can't even yell at Boom Boom for this anymore.
Yeah, tell me about it.
So first of all, before we get into any of this stuff, let me answer a couple questions. This is not the real CMAC. This is the AI-generated CMAC that comes out after 8 p.m. All right, just to because I know I get it. I fucking get it. All right. And then the hat, two reasons. One we'll get to in a little bit, but first reason is for my boy Cowboy Kev, who's in the chat and watching, who was with us down in Key West, and who I still can't recognize when he doesn't have his hat on. He looks like, you ever seen that? It's like a guy that doesn't constantly wears a hat, and you see him once without the hat, and it's like, who the fuck is that? Mm-hmm. That is Cowboy Kev. So, Kev, this one's for you, buddy. And that's what I got. But happy to be on again, Mags. Happy Labor Day. It's been a long weekend, but happy Labor Day.
Same to you, brother. Same to you.
Appreciate it.
What's been going on other than what we're going to be discussing this evening?
So I'm happy it's fall. I've been digging these cooler temps, but I've also been traveling to places that still are pretty damn warm. So it's been a busy summer. Last summer, I kind of dipped my toe into doing a lot of pop-ups and stuff. This year, I decided I wasn't going to, but I was going to do as many events as I could. So that's kind of what's been happening. Been doing a lot of egg fests, New England and Ohio. We got another one coming up, a first-year one actually in Massachusetts, I believe Spencer, Mass. Clem's hardware store down in Spencer. They're going to have their first one. I'm going to be emceeing and hosting that one in later October. I forget the date off the top of my head, but yeah, just been trying to get in where I can fit in on. I've been loving it. The events have been a blast. Some have been, returns. The Ohio I emceed did again. New England, those are, returns, and did the Ace show at the beginning of the summer for Big Green Egg, and this little thing that we went to over last weekend. So yeah, just some cooking, some family stuff, kids back in school, and winding the at least the New England events down over the next couple of months. But it looks like it's getting busy. So it's been a good summer though.
Good. Let's see. Captain Ron, what's up, brother? Captain Ron is asking, did you get to keep a cutting board?
That's an inside joke. But as he knows, no. I had too many damn cutting boards anyway.
There we go. Rico.
By the way, speaking of a guy that Jesus can't sit still, Captain Ron, he's on fire. Dude is doing it every weekend, if not some during the week. I mean, we literally, it was fun last weekend. I know we're kind of dancing around. It's fun it was a blast, but man, it was a 4.5 day event. Or we were there for 4.5 days, and my body is still recovering. And Captain Ron, he was just doing 1 or 2 events this weekend again. He was just going. He's found that fountain of youth, which I think is, kids out of the house and all that stuff. He's doing it.
Good.
My God, always fun to hang, and Captain Ron and I have been able to do, I don't know, 3, 4, 5 events, Memphis in May, and a bunch. So it's been fun always hanging out with. And now he's sick as a dog. Yeah, it catches up to you eventually.
So the brain's telling you you're still 22, and the fucking mind is going, screw you, sit down.
Yeah, pretty much. Yeah, we forget every once in a while, and but it's fun stuff. It's fun stuff.
Oh, hell yeah. Absolutely. But let's get into this, brother.
Yes.
137 years old.
Yeah.
Oh.
Well, since I'm older than Ron, that I'm pushing 140, I guess. So
140. Okay.
I don't look older than him, by the way. Let me just throw that out there. He looks much older than I do, but I got him by a few years. I love you, Ron.
Actually, let me bring this up. Speaking of Captain Ron, we were talking. I forget who the hell I was talking with, but we were talking about Captain Ron. And the one thing we noticed in all, like you said, he's always doing something. Okay, yeah. So between the videos, lives, pictures from the events,
right?
How is he never dirty?
How is he never dirty?
Have you noticed that?
Yeah.
Never dirty. Well, he never has a spot, a smudge, a streak, nothing. He could be wearing all white, brand new Nikes, and dealing with nothing but red, and he's going to come out clean as a whistle.
Yeah. Well, so first of all, he doesn't actually do shit. All right. Let's just cut to the chase. Let me call a spade a spade. He doesn't do shit. He actually, when the camera's on, he's in the mix. If the camera's off he yells at me the whole day. Cmac, do this. Cmac, do this. Cmac. And Lenny Lynn, yeah. So camera goes on and boom, he pushes you out of the way and he's making it look like he's wrapping ribs around pineapples and shit, all the stuffing, dill pickles and meat. Yeah, so, but yeah, when the camera's on, when it's off,
it sounded all right.
He's back there smoking a cigarette and taking a nap, and you don't want to get that. Listen, he doesn't want to get the hair messed up, right? Next to Steven Raikland, he's got probably the best hair in barbecue, so he doesn't want to be messing that up. So he kind of sits back there and make sure everybody else does the work, and then boom, lights come on, boom, Captain Ron. Oh, I've been doing this. I'm, Mr. Fogo, Mr. Big Green Egg. I'm doing that. Yeah, smoke and mirrors.
All right.
Yep, Tom. See, Tom's got it. Yep, exactly. Just like just like Gordon Ramsay. Dude's got a mouth like a sewer, yelling at me, calling me names. And I keep on coming back for more. I guess that says that I'm not that smart.
Sounds familiar.
Yeah.
Oh, Randy, what's up? All right, so let's get right into this one going.
Yes.
How did you wind up in Key West at the Bear and Burton Key West Invitational?
All right, so let's talk about this.
Of W sauce.
Yeah. So let's talk about this a little bit. So, if anybody's been under a rock or not on social media and hasn't seen the 7 bajillion posts from everybody before, during, and after the Key West Invitational. So yeah, Burton Young and Bear, 2 guys lived down in Key West and started W Sauce. Last year came up with this idea, and if I get any details wrong, forgive me, but this is kind of what I've heard. In about 2 or 3 months, they kind of put this event together last year. And it was called the Rub and Tug Invitational, which they had to change this year for sponsors. It was a great freaking name, but
hell yeah.
Anyway, if you happen to see any of the pictures from last year, there was one picture of about 8 cooks. Captain Ron was in it, a bunch of the other guys, out at the Marvin Sandbar in the back of 2 Big Green Egg Mini Maxes set up in the water. And it was just this amazing picture. It made the rounds, made the cover of Barbecue News and everything. And I'm like, once I saw what was going on and videos and pictures, I'm like, you know what? Listen, this is unlike any other event ever. And if I get the chance to make it, I'm going to make it one way or the other, either as a paying. You could buy a ticket and just go there. There were a lot of people there that weren't cooking that bought a ticket to go there and experience most of the things. But this is basically a 3-day event. Day 1 was the fishing day. So each team, I was on BGE Team Green with obviously my boy Ron and Shannon, Big Green Egg Foodie. Every team had their own boat and their own captain. And we would go out off of Key West, and day 1 was fishing. So you get points for how many. This whole thing's a competition, right? The fishing, the lobstering, and the cooking. We go out and we fished from about 8 in the morning until 3 in the afternoon, dodging, monsoonal rainstorms in Key West. But it was amazing. Shannon caught, we all caught a bunch of fish, some barracuda, some snapper. Shannon caught about 100-pound tarpon. It took her and Ron about, 40 minutes to land, or actually to get to the boat. So that was day 1. Day 2 was lobstering in the morning. So we got to go out on our boat again and do lobster diving. Whatever we kept, we cooked. That went from about 8 until noon. Now this was again, amazing. At noon, all the teams headed out to the Marvin Sandbar. This is 7 miles off of the coast of Key West. And that's where we had the Sandbar cook. And so, I don't know, about 5 or 6 pontoon boats brought out, there was probably 30 or 40 Big Green Egg Mini Maxes to the Sandbar, set up tents, and we cooked. We had that day, the organized part of it, we had a little competition. We did a cheeseburger in paradise cook, but it was the lineup they got this year was amazing. Yes, a lot of the, like, Big Green Egg is a corporate sponsor, so we had a team. A bunch of the other ones had teams, but I'm talking Tuffy Stone, Big Mo Cason, who am I forgetting? Matt Pittman from Meat Church. You go down the line, Blues Hog team. Oh, the ladies team was Grill Girl Robin and Hey Grill Hey and Brooke from the Shed. I mean, they had some. Last year they had a couple of names and a bunch of great people. This year they packed it up with some big names. And Cowboy Kev and Mikey K. Okay. So that happened on the Sandbar. Then we took off. I don't know, 5, 6 o'clock, whatever time it was, headed back to the hotel. Sunday at the hotel resort, set up the tents, and each team had an extra large and mini max Big Green Egg, and that was our 4 meat competition on all day sun. And I mean all day. It was hotter than shit and humid. I think I lost about 15 pounds just of sweat, but it was awesome. It was amazing. We got Heath Riles to our right. We got Mel Dark Side of the Grill and Chuck, across from us. It was amazing. We had ribs, tri-tip. We had a Manhattan cut New York strips and turkey breasts. And then during that whole thing was the belly flop competition, which both Captain Ron and I and Kev, we were all in. So it was, I mean, again, unlike any other barbecue grilling event. They also partnered with the National Pediatric Cancer Society, which, Chuck's Flavor Train. Thank you. I couldn't remember Chuck's thing. As you know, Johnny, all the events that I do, I tie in a nonprofit or charity. And so, as much as I wanted to go just for the fun and the party and all that, the fact that they had partnered with this organization to raise money for helping kids with cancer was freaking amazing. So all the way around, Bert and Bear and their staff, volunteers, the hotel, it was freaking amazing. So I'm throwing it out there to everybody. There's a lot of events all summer long, but if you get a chance, either go there and cook or just go there, buy a ticket. It's worth it. It's amazing. Hopefully they continue doing it every year. It's a lot of work, and but it was a hell of a time.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, it's when I saw it last year, like you said, the name, the Rub and Tug, that was just hilarious.
Mm-hmm.
But I understand it. With the sponsorship for this year, I guess depending on who your sponsors are,
yeah,
and where they stand on it, but I can see that to change it. So the Key West Invitational, that ain't bad name.
No. And it was, listen, that is not a cheap event to put on. Again, with fishing boats for every team and captains. Yeah. I mean, you go down the line, we had, they offered, what was it, the first night or Friday night after the events, you could sign up for either a cigar rolling class thing that unfortunately ended up getting canceled. But they also had a rum tasting at the Hemingway Rum Company downtown Key West.
Yeah.
And again, they didn't charge, no charge for the teams, no charge for people that bought the tickets and everything. So shout out to all the sponsors. I mean, there were a huge list, way too long to mention, but great sponsors, and most of them had either a team in it or representatives there that were just having a blast too. So it was a great networking event too.
Yeah, and then especially to move the eggs, like you said, to the sandbar. So you send them out 7 miles out.
So that
ain't cheap, and never mind moving. You're telling me XLs, okay? How many teams?
Yeah, I don't know. There were, there were probably 30 teams.
2 of them. Yeah, move one.
Oh yeah. So fortunately, it was just. Well, fortunately, it was just the mini maxes out on the sandbar.
Okay.
The XLs were at the hotel, so at least they could roll those in. But those were all provided by the Big Green Egg and the local distributor, that covers Florida. I forget their name, but yeah, fortunately, the big daddies were just rolling in. All right, see, look at it. Kevin and Ron got me. We got fact checking going on. It's like the CNN debates or something like that. So 21, 22, 21 teams. Seemed like a lot more. But yes, 21 teams. Kevin said, Cowboy Kev says Burton said they were having another one. They are going to have another one. He said that already. So yeah, there you go. So don't listen to shit that I have to say. All the actual facts will be in the chat.
Now, obviously you were saying that one day you're fishing, the next day you're lobstering.
Yeah.
Are you guys cooking that fresh? Like literally pulling them out? Obviously, you probably have to go with, on the competition side, you're pulling certain size first. They had to meet a size requirement in order to be in the boat for whatever. But, some of them, catch and release stuff, or the rest of it, you can, bring it out to the sandbar and fire that up.
Yeah, so a lot of catch and release, but there were a lot of people on the sandbar cooking. So that was really the lobstering day, right? So there were a lot of lobsters being cooked that were fresh out of the Gulf of Mexico that morning.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, and the day before, we had brought back a few snappers that we planned on cooking, and so we get off the boat. It's about 2:30, 2:45. And there was some pretty nasty cloud. We're dodging those little cells coming in. And Bob Atkinson, who's the event guy for Big Green Egg, who was with us, and shout out to Bob. He actually had a Big Green Egg tent set up. He had a Mini Max fired up ready because we were going to throw our fish and whoever else wanted to cook their fish right next to the pool at the resort. And literally, once we got that thing up to temp, the sky opened up and just poured on us. And, if you're familiar with Florida and especially down there, Key West and the tropical storms, I mean, when it rains, it doesn't just piss on you. It goes crazy. So we actually had to break everything down. We weren't able to cook. Everybody, basically huddled under tents until it kind of lit up a little bit or ran into the bar. But out the next day out on the sandbar, there were a lot of lobsters that were caught, and there were a lot of lobsters getting cooked too.
Nice.
Yeah, it was great.
All right. Let's have it. Do you prefer the Key West lobster? You prefer in Maine?
So if I had to choose, I definitely prefer Maine. Nothing wrong, and I'm not a huge lobster guy anyway. I mean, I would rather if I'm gonna eat something like that, give me crab 9 times out of 10. But if we're talking about lobster, Yeah, I definitely like our lobsters up here a little bit better. We got the claw meat and everything. But hell, Florida lobster, nothing to sneeze at. They're tasty little bastards. Hey, listen, eyes over here. All right, buddy.
I forgot to give you an answer. He's already out.
All right, Kevin says Maine better too.
Okay.
But, yeah. No, but it was just fun. To be perfectly honest with you, I mean, our captain took us out to a few of his favorite lobstering spots, right? And the water was incredible. We're dodging jellyfish all over the place. But those little suckers are hard to see, right? You're basically, we're scuba diving, right? So at that point, we're in, 6 to 8, maybe 10 feet of water. You can go down, some teams went down a lot, with tanks and a lot further, but we were all scuba diving. So you're kind of floating around, and you're kind of looking for their little antenna, sticking out underneath, the little bummies and the coral and everything. Those suckers are hard to find, but our captain, BA, you get any of those guys that do this kind of thing for a living, they're good, man. He was spotting them. He's like, there's 2 under there. I'm like, where? It's, little antennas sticking out, and he could see 4 of them. Yeah, we're all like, okay. So you got to, kind of poke them out, and then they kind of, will back themselves into the net. But yeah, he was good. If it wasn't for him, I'm not sure we would have gotten any lobster. But yeah, as Kevin said, man, you're swimming around, kind of head down, looking for lobster. All of a sudden, you look up and there's a jelly right in your face. So that was interesting. No Portuguese man of wars or any crazy shit, but still, I don't want to get stung by a jelly because Ron was dying to pee on me, and I'm not, Hey, listen, whatever your kink is, I'm fine, but leave me out of it. So stay away from those damn jellies.
Stay away from those. Oh, but
so anyway, listen, y'all got to come out to that. They have it again. It sounds like they're having it again. Man, when they start putting tickets out or you can get a team together and come out, it is amazing. Really, really amazing. And it was shockingly organized for so many moving pieces.
Mm-hmm.
It was crazy organized. I was surprised. Doesn't sound like it was the first year quite as much because they were kind of throwing everything together. But man, I was, again, as a guy that does a lot of events or holds a lot of events, I was impressed. Really, really classy people. There didn't seem to be any issues, just everybody out there having a good time.
Nice. Now, was everything you would do? Obviously, you sounded like you guys were pretty damn busy most of the day.
Yeah.
But did you have any time to go do a couple of Key West things?
Man, that's not that's the only thing that I'm kind of bummed about. Yeah, a lot of people did meet Dave, MEAT Dave, who's a avid barbecuer and comedian on the circuit. He actually had a team there, and he was also doing comedy shows, I think 3 nights. I don't know how the guy had enough energy to do that. But to answer your question, yeah, people have the time at night to go out and do things. I know this is going to come as a horrible shock to most people that know me, but I went to bed.
Don't say.
I had a drink or two, and I'm like, oh shit, we got 3 more days of this, or we got 2 more days. And again, the last day, man, was the longest, and in a great way. Don't get me wrong, but damn, it was, yeah, it was. But there was time, if you got the energy and you want to go hit Duval and go to the comedy show and everything, people did that. I had to relax the old bones.
Because nothing wrong with taking a little stroll up to Wall Street and go, having a couple refreshments over at Captain Tony's or go grab a quick bite to eat over at Louis' Backyard, shit like that.
Absolutely. Well, listen, I was just excited because I've been wanting to get to Key West for years. When we were still in California, my parents would go out there on vacation, and I still hadn't been out there. So I was just psyched to get out there and see a little bit of it.
This was your first time in Key West?
Yeah.
No shit.
Yeah.
Oh, dude.
Yeah. It was great.
I love Key West. I absolutely love it.
You and I have had this conversation more than one time. I mean, we're both avid parrot heads too. So it was special to be down there, especially after, Jimmy passing away this last year and the National Jimmy Buffett Day a couple days ago and everything. So it was, it was fun.
Cool. Well, hey, speaking of that.
Yes.
1 year ago this weekend. So here's to Jimmy. Cheers.
Absolutely. Listen to a lot of Radio Margaritaville this weekend.
Oh yeah, they've had the top 100 on repeat. It's been great.
Yep. Oh yeah.
All right, so that covers the southern portion of the United States for this woman. So let's mosey on back home. And, the northern, but we also hit the West Coast for obvious reasons.
Sure.
Saturday, September 21st.
Yes.
The 20th anniversary of Ribberfest.
Yes. Very excited.
Now, obviously, you knew the 20th is coming up. And you started this, obviously, with a bunch of your buddies 20 years ago.
Yes.
You see the quick math on my part?
Yeah, you're good. You're good like that.
I'm good.
It was somewhere around 2004-ish.
Yeah, I think that's about right. That calculates.
I'm good. You and I were in the same math class.
Yeah, give or take. Out on the West Coast.
Yes,
out
sir.
in the Bay Area.
Yes.
And now, from when it started there and all those years you had it out, doing it out there, and obviously brought it with you when you moved out here. How has the evolution of it? Because you've gotten it pretty damn big out here.
Yeah.
So was it as big out in the Bay?
No. So listen, for 2004, me and a few buddies decided that we were gonna, actually at that point we weren't even thinking about doing an annual thing. We had some friends that had done some rib competition, backyard rib cook-offs and stuff, and they stopped doing it. So I said, let's do one in my backyard. So a few of my friends and myself, that's kind of what we did. And I think that first year was probably all ribs, and there were maybe 4 or 5 of us cooking and our families, and that was pretty much it. My little, postage stamp backyard in California. And over the years, we had a blast, and we would, add a couple more cooks every year and put it out to a few more people. And I think at the height of it in California, it got to, about 10 or 12 cooks. At that point, it was all individual cooks. There were no teams. Everybody was cooking their own stuff. We probably got to 100, 110 people is about all my backyard could take there. In fact, my wife at one point was about to call it quits because I remember one Ribberfest where, I happened to be out front and a group of people came up, very nice, and said, "Oh, hey, I'm Craig. This is my house and everything." I said, they said, "Oh yeah, we're friends of so and so," and it's like, it turns out they were like 3 friends removed from anybody that I knew, and I'm like,
Mhm.
okay, it's starting to get a little out of control. Um, so when we moved out here, we kept it going with kind of new set of friends, new set of cooks. I think I skipped the first year officially just because we moved in April. I generally have this at the end of May. So that first year, I just didn't know enough people to do it, to have enough cooks and all that. So we did it the next year, and it was a huge success. I think we had 10 people. Anyway, long story short, it's grown to a backyard barbecue party slash fun competition that we have anywhere between, depending on the weather, between 250, 300 people or so. A lot of the companies that I work with, including Big Green Egg, Barrel Proof, Uncle Steve has been freaking fantastic. I'll donate things because all the proceeds go to Our Neighbor's Table, which is the local food bank that helps folks in the North Shore that are, food impoverished. A great organization. But we have throughout the last probably 5-6 years probably raised 20, 30 grand for them. I've kind of lost track. We do a kids cook, as you know, because your son JJ took home a trophy. Yep, in 2021. There we go. And it's a lot of fun. This year is our 20th anniversary. It is not, we're not talking KCBS, SCA, anything like that. It is a fun thing that we feed a bunch of people and have a great time. At some point, by the way, let me kind of go back. In California, it got a little stale, so we decided to start having themes. So we had one year we had a Jimmy Buffett theme, we had a Cajun theme, so all the barbecue people cooked had a Cajun influence in it. I did a bunch of crawfish. We had Texas theme. We had a whole bunch of themes. This year for the 20th anniversary, we're doing Tex-Mex, so all the food will have a little Tex-Mex flair to it. Again, second reason besides Cowboy Kev that I'm wearing the cowboy hat. But I'm super stoked for this year. Big Green, all the companies again. Uncle Steve is making special Uncle Steve shake for Ribberfest, as he has last 3 years, I believe. So super. I mean, listen, we all love the guy. He's a giver. And he has been a great supporter of Ribberfest. Big Green Egg and Tarrenton Industries, my friends, have been great. We've got all the kids will be cooking on 6 brand new mini maxes. They'll be doing a steak competition. The steaks are donated by Bucciarelli's, one of our local butcheries. They've been fantastic. And then we got we're raffling off a large Big Green Egg package straight from corporate that they've donated. And all the money raised will go to Our Neighbor's Table. So super stoked. On top of that, I've got 4 of my Ribberfest OGs from California. Finally, after I've been here for 7 years, finally flying out. Now, one of them, my boy Dave Klatch, he comes out every year. He's my sous chef. He's my right-hand man. He knows how to get everything set up even out here. But I got 3 of my best friends also coming out from Cali for the first time to be part of Ribberfest out here, but they were all from the get-go 20 years ago. College roommates and college basketball teammates. They're not going to be cooking. They're going to be judging. So, yeah, it's going to be a special one. Plus, Mags, on top of that, the previous 19 years, we've really kind of kept it pretty quiet in terms of opening up. Again, it's not KCBS. It's not a public event. It's a private backyard thing. But had some interest from some of our KCBS and SCA friends. So I'm thrilled to say that we've got a few teams coming so far. We got our friend 16 Mesh. We got our buddy Rico Suavecito from Q Shanty. We got Ben Ross. We got a couple more that are coming to cook. And it's going to be fun. Every year there's something different, even as the guy that organizes it and puts it on.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm excited to have our kind of local amateur cooks mixing in with some folks that are on the circuit. So if anybody locally is on here and they're showing some interest in something like this, again, this is not a hardcore comp. But and Johnny has cooked in it before, so Johnny can tell you about it too. But it's damn fun, and it's a lot of good people, and it's a great organization for this money to go back to. If anybody's interested in coming out and cooking on September 21st, shoot me a DM, Instagram, Facebook, whatever, and I'll send you the info. But it's going to be a fun day. Now all we got to do is have good weather.
Yeah.
The one uncontrollable that any event organizer worries about constantly. But we had a little rain last year. It didn't stop us. We had a great time, and we'll do it again this year.
Hell no. And like I said, it's a lot of fun. That's first, that's the best part of it. Everyone's shooting the shit, breaking balls.
Listen,
you're running around like a madman.
Yeah. I get pretty tired after that one too. But listen, anytime Johnny Maggs gets a day off, and that's not easy for him to do, but comes out and cooks and brings the family out, and JJ cooks, that was special. I'm hearing rumors that you may be able to kind of slide over and at least hang out with us again this year.
We got
maybe.
Talked to you the other day. I have the slip is in. We got a new supervisor.
Oh shit!
So we're trying to break him in our way.
Yeah. Train him.
The rules.
Yeah.
No. The rules don't matter here. You don't wait for during the vacation season till the Wednesday before. No. Right now. I put in a slip. I go, not for nothing. You're lucky I'm even putting a slip in. My own supervisor would just write it down. Write it down in the book, and I'm done.
That's called up training.
Yeah, so we're still working on that. But like I said, I looked at the book, and it looked like it was pretty open for that day. All so right. I'm fairly confident I'm going to roll at a good... I'll give it a good 97% just because It is the post office. And that 3% carries pretty damn good weight because of them. But I'm pretty sure that I'm gonna be getting the day off. And I already told Mrs. Mag. She goes, "Oh, let me think about it." I'm like, "Okay." I go, "I'm going."
You got to bring her. She was here. Yeah.
So yeah, we'll get it all together. Completely blew my mind on the whole steak thing with JJ, and I've been with him literally all day. He got me rolling in the other, what was it, last Monday?
Yeah.
He had me watching Lord of the Rings, all three of them, right? Ooh. So now we had to go to The Hobbit, so I picked that up yesterday. So we've been watching The Hobbit, the original three, all day till the rest of them got home. On top of having the puppies here, on top of this, that, it's absolutely chaos in this house right now.
That, you know what? But that's kind of when I think about, especially Labor Day weekend, because right, the temperature usually cools down. So we had all those. It was pretty warm. But for Labor Day week, I love to cook, and I love to. It seems like it's a great weekend just to binge shows. Mm-hmm. I've been binging. You know what I've been binging this weekend? I'm a huge Yellowstone fan, and Yellowstone, they're probably their last season will be kicking off in about 70 days, but they've been streaming that all weekend. So I've been watching that. But the last 2 days, my all-time favorite show, HBO's been doing a Sopranos marathon.
Oh, I thought you were going to say Taxi Cab Confessionals.
Oh, that was a great show too. Good call. That was a great show. That was a great late night show.
Oh yeah,
there's some freaky shit happening. But no, listen, Sopranos. I was talking to a friend of mine in Phoenix earlier tonight, and she's Italian. We used to always watch it when I was living out there. And I'm telling you, if you didn't know anything about The Sopranos, you could start watching season 1, episode 1, and that show hasn't aged at all. It's such a great show. Such a great show. And every season, it's just, yeah, one of my, is my favorite. But
yeah,
Taxi Cab Confession. Jeez, there's something I haven't heard of in years.
Hey, what's up, Uncle Steve?
Uncle Steve. We've been talking about you. Were your ears burning?
But like we said, with Ribberfest, it's such a good time. Like you said, it's not a sanctioned event.
No.
It's just backyard fun. You have the judges. So there is a turn-in box.
Yes.
Don't have to turn in however the hell you want.
Yeah.
Garnish, no garnish, whatever you want. Just, you do that. And then there's a people's choice aspect to it too. So you kind of got both sides of it. And like I said, it's just fun. There's cornhole boards everywhere. The tunes are going. You got the stereo system blasting up. Yeah, good stuff. Everybody's around. You're meeting new people.
Yeah.
Plenty of beer always.
Yeah. So the local breweries always. So thanks for that. The local breweries are always donate some beers. Mill 77, Beowulf, Sylvaticus. They always are nice enough to donate a bunch of beer. Plus, this year I've got a friend that started up her and her friend started up a mobile cocktail bar.
Yeah.
Catering thing. They show up to your party, they show up to your event, and they serve cocktails out of their trailer, basically. And so they're kind of brand new here in the area. They're going to be set up in the front, doing some special Tex-Mex cocktails. So yeah, there's going to be. I kind of forget about all the stuff that we've got piled in for that day. But we start the party officially starts at noon. Turn-ins and everything happen at 4. The food hits at 4. But we got guys, we'll set up the day before. We got guys, that show up, at midnight and get their pits going. And by the way, you don't have to even cook on site. So if you're fairly local here in Massachusetts, New Hampshire area, Maine, and you want to have fun, you don't even have to cook on site. I'm fine with people bringing stuff and as long as they cooked it. We have had a couple of instances over the years where I had to kind of check people, but it's fun. It's good people. It's a great day, and I'm excited for it.
Yeah. No, and there's Greg. What's up? Oh, this is a good one for local too. October 5th, Mags, Marty's Smoke Off, bunch of Limp Bizkit assholes talking shit. If you have to work, we're on your way home looking for judges, fellas. That's a good. We were able to stop by one year, and it's a great time. A bunch of guys I went to school with, and everyone got into a barbecue at the same time. So there's pits and grills just right along the sidewalk, in the driveway, everywhere. Everybody's on top of each other.
I've seen pictures and stuff. Greg, Greg, if that wasn't Eggtoberfest weekend in Atlanta, I'd swing by too. But sorry.
Oh yeah, you know at the regular comp, you got your space and no. He's wedging everyone in the driveway. It's fantastic. Your pits and grills are literally touching. It's awesome. Everyone's right there. You're shooting the shit. It's awesome. It's tremendous.
Yeah, I love those. Frankly, half the time I like those better than KCBS or SCAs. Now, don't get me wrong; those are fun too. But sometimes it's fun to hang out with the fellas and talk shit and have a good time and not be, super stressed out about turn-in times. And I gotta, my box doesn't look all, great and all that stuff. So
yeah.
No, well, Greg, good luck. I'm sure you'll have another great event. I wish I could be there, but Eggtoberfest calls.
Yep. No, good things. But yeah, folks, like I said, this Ribberfest, it blew my mind. The amount of work that you do that goes into this just to pull it off. Shit, one year you wound up in the fucking hospital.
Yeah, So I know we're getting close to 9, but I'll tell that story real quick. So that was the first year that we threw it out here, and it was still when we were doing it kind of the weekend after Memorial Day weekend. And I'll tell you why we've changed that. Because that day it was Key West humid, and Jenny and I, that was back when it was just the two of us really setting everything up. My wife Jenny and I, and my house in California. I mean, I can go from my kitchen to the backyard in about 12 steps. So shit was easy to set up. We had it dialed in, didn't have to worry about heat and humidity in the Bay Area and everything. Out here, Johnny, you've seen how, from my house to the backyard, it's pretty big. And it was a humid morning. We're setting up, and halfway through setup, I hadn't even had anything to drink alcohol wise, and I was already getting dizzy, sweating. Party was 3 hours away, and I had to go and take a cold shower just to try to get my wits again. Well, days going through, it's still humid. I'm running around like a crazy person, and about 3:30, 4 o'clock, where we usually do. Thanks, Cal. When we do the turn-ins and everything, I sat down, and Jenny and I are counting the People's Choice votes, and I'm shaking. I'm like dizzy and shaking. I'm super dehydrated. And I'm chugging Gatorades, trying to get back. Well, it just built up throughout the day, and so at about 4:30, I had to have my neighbor take me to the emergency room because I was just starting to lose it. And so I missed the favorite part of Ribberfest, which is giving the speech and the awards and everything like that. Jenny had to do that first year out here, and I was at Anna Jake's emergency room on a gurney with an IV in my arm, but I was Facebook living back to the party what was going on. So I was there for about 3 hours, 3 hours, whatever it was, and got a ride back. Jenny came and got me, got a ride back. We still had people there. We still had, 20 people around the fire pit. So
the party don't stop.
The party don't stop, even if the host is in the hospital. So I was nicely rehydrated, and it ends up being one of those stories. I mean, I got a story, maybe not like that, but I got a story from every Ribberfest for the last 20 years, me passing out early one year and my boys trying to break into my room. And, another year we used to always go to our favorite karaoke joint down in San Jose after Ribberfest. Now, how we would make it down there after a day full of drinking and eating kind of scares me at this point in my life. But we took, this was our Cajun. I remember this was our Cajun one. I had a bunch of crawfish boil left over. And I ended up bagging all the crawfish and the corn, sausage, called my boy over the karaoke bar saying, hey, we're coming down, set up some chafing dishes, get out some, some plasticware and bowls. And we fed the whole freaking bar. It was a whole crawfish fest at the karaoke bar after Ribberfest. So anyway, there's been a story pretty much every year. Do you want to tell the story about our friend Greg, barbecue broker? No. Listen to
Nope.
But fun event, 20th anniversary. If anybody out there wants to come down and cook with us, have a good time, DM me on Facebook or Instagram, and I'll give you the info. But yeah, it's a good time. Uncle Steve, you missed it, but I gave you a big shout out. You have been super supportive. I hope to get you out here one day, but I know I got to get out to Houston before that. I've been promising that for the last few years. Hopefully this 2025 it'll happen. Me and Mags coming out.
No.
Nope. All right. Maybe I'll just come out.
Yeah, you can do that. They moved it from the third week in February to the last final week in February. So you get to catch the last day or so of February into the beginning of into March.
Okay.
And I knew it was gonna happen one of these years. There was no way around it. My schedule at the post office. This year, since they moved it to that week later, falls on my weekend off. Which normally everybody, hey, that works out great, right? No, not when they bring you in on your day off. So I'm missing it just because it's too much money to miss out on to not be here.
I feel you. Well, listen, that's why Greg isn't cooking at Ribberfest this year, right? He's got a gig. I mean, I can't fault the guy. You get $3,000-$4,000 catering gig versus paying for your own shit and coming out here.
Right. It was, but yeah, I knew it was coming. One of these, because that's what we have. We have that rotating day off.
Yeah.
So like 1 week will be Monday, the next week's Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday. Then every 6 weeks you get Friday, Saturday, back to back. So I just knew one of these years that was going to happen, and since they kicked it back a week, it falls on that weekend off. So I'm pissed about it, but
you've been there. But you've been there. I haven't. Last year I thought I was going to be able to get out, and then it fell in the same. The February break for my kids, and we were on vacation. So, but I got to get out there because I'm dying to meet that whole group. It's funny. We got all these different groups. We got the Instagram group, we got the YouTube group, we got the Texas chapter, and all that. So I had to meet all those guys, except for Kent.
It's great.
Look at that big Iowa guy.
I got some incriminating pictures of you and Dutch. So.
Uh-oh.
But brother, this worked out well.
Yes.
Thank you so much for taking the time, brother. I know it's way past your bedtime, but we got it done.
I'm gonna sleep like a baby tonight, hopefully.
Hell yeah. And then looks like I'm back to the drawing board on this goddamn microphone.
Well, you sound good now, but I wonder if it happened. If it has something.
This is just
when you took off the headphones, though, it got better. So I don't know. Maybe those have something to do with it.
I have to take the headphones out. Well, I have to put the headphones in with the microphone. Because the speaker will come from the computer.
Yeah.
So the microphone will pick the speaker up.
Right.
But I don't know what happened. Dutch texted me. What the hell was it? Little echo, turn the gain down. Then he said it was clear as a bell. Well, I don't know when the hell clear as a bell came in because I didn't see that till after the fact. But yeah, the messages, it's like, yeah, I'm like, damn. No, the headphones don't. They're just a regular, like, what is it? The Pitney, the Bowers Wilkins. So they're like the Bose, the noise canceling type thing, but no microphone on those. So I don't know. Because I'll go back to listen tomorrow and go, son of a bitch, and it's just still the sound quality ain't where I want it.
Yeah.
It ain't where it was at the beginning when the old mic was working, and so it's been an absolute friggin' nightmare with this friggin' thing.
It's technology, brother. It's sometimes it takes a while to get that shit dialed in.
Oh, Christ. We had it dialed in the other day. me and Dutch had it dialed in the other week, and it was fine. Turned it on last week, then it went on again. We dialed it in. It sounded great. Then, boom.
Eastwind is being very helpful there.
I try to restart my computer. Yeah,
I shut
it every day.
Rebooting your computer, that solves everything.
Does it?
Yeah, sure.
Also throwing the damn computer in the lake and go buying a new one. That'll solve shit too.
It looked like you were about to.
Oh, it was close. I was mad. I was fucking mad. Sorry, folks. Very rarely do people get to see that aspect of when I snap.
It was great.
But yeah, I was snapping. And Dutch, I'm sorry. I love you. You know that.
Well, it worked out. And I appreciate you having me on. And yeah, I'm hoping the new boss gives you that big check mark, and we see you.
Oh no, I'm gonna go in there tomorrow and go, hey, where's my damn slip?
Yeah, you tell him.
I need to know when I put in days. I need to know because normally it's something about cooking. Yeah. So there's food involved and also price ranges of money involved.
Right.
So I need to know if I'm getting that friggin' day or not. But yeah, just tell them it is. And I promise there will be a text message on your phone when you wake up whether JJ's cooking that steak or not.
Well, I've still got a spot for him. You just, whenever you find out, you let me know. No hurry.
Yeah, you got
Mags, you got VIP access for life.
Sweet, brother. Well, yeah, brother. Thank you so much. I appreciate you. Ribberfest is going to be another success coming up, and can't wait.
It'll be fun.
So, let's see. Thank you, everyone, for tuning in. Thank you, Cmac. Next week, we are starting my little Jack Daniels, if you please. See what I did there? Segments on. I got a lot of the local teams this year are going to the Jack.
Yeah, New England representing, baby.
Yeah. So next week we got Jeff and Dan from El Jefe Smoke. So they're heading down to the Jack for the first. I believe it's their first time. So yeah, we're gonna get to know those guys when they started, and follow their road to the Jack Daniels this year, and what they're looking forward to, and all that. So we're gonna be local for about the next month and a half, folks. So get your closed captions and your translators ready, because some of these accents are going to come in thick. But like I said, tune in next week. El Jefe Smoke. Thank you all again for your support. Holiday weekend, you guys are tuning in. I can't thank you enough. Appreciate it. Catch the podcast wherever audio platforms, videos on Facebook, YouTube. Like, subscribe, hit that share button. Questions or comments, Pit Life BBQ podcast@gmail.com and all that good stuff. And until next week, keep the smoke rolling.
Baby. Let's go.
Let's go.